Hey, this is Stanford Skill bringing you a deck profile on the new ZX deck I have. Now this one will be my blue-red deck. It is very, very powerful, and it is just insanely good. When you reach late game, you are highly ahead. You will always have 7 cards in hand and have a decent field presence, if not the whole board. Now this deck is very, very late game orientated. Early game, it's a bit weak, so you generally take a damage or two in order to stabilize yourself. Now the player card is this lolly. I have no idea what she's called. I didn't look into it, but it's okay. So there's 2 parts to this deck. There's the blue part and the red part. Since this is a dual color deck, I will go through the different colors. So I'll start off with the red. So I play 4 Ultimate Strength Orihalcon Tyranno, but this card is so good. The reason why this card is very good is if your opponent doesn't know you're playing it, you can plop this down and get like a +2, +3 off this maybe, but at the very least you get a +1 on almost every situation. This card is amazing. Well, it's not really amazing, it's just very, very good. 7 cost 9.5, pretty, stats, considering, okay, whatever. It probably doesn't do anything very good. Now, this card's effect is that if you have her as your player card, if this card destroys a card with 3 cost or less, you can reboot it, which means it stands again. So you just go attack, stand, attack, stand, attack, stand, which is so good, especially against the rush deck. If they all swarm you, just go and they're all dead. This basically says if you're gonna surround my guys with ignitions, they're all dead. That's basically what this guy does. They really have to start playing around it, which then gives you space to use all your blue cards. Now the red section of this deck allows you to come back from behind. The blue section of this deck allows you to get ahead. So which is why this synergy is so good. There will be changes to this deck after I get my set 3, which is tomorrow, so by the time you guys watch this, I should have it, and there'll be a new deck profile. And you'll be like, Chan, why did you even make this? I'll be like, shut up. I was bored. So yeah, Ultimate Strength Orihalcon Tyranno, such a good card. Such a good card. 2 Crocodiles. Generally, I don't really care what red cards I'm playing, because most of my red cards just go into the mana. That's kind of how it goes. I play weaker red cards, so they're just really the main feature for red is this guy for me. So there might be a bit less red later on in the future, but for now, this is how it's going to be. So just 2 5-cost 8K vanillas, very good for holding out, against stabilizing basically. You play this card in your player square. It's kind of hard to get rid of. They need like 2 cards, maybe sometimes. It's not very big of a speed bump for them, for like most decks, but sometimes it just gives, like, maybe they don't have like their 5-cost 8K. They have to double attack it, then like you kind of just you like eke through a little and you just get through it. So definitely very useful. 2 of this ruby dinosaur dragon dude. 4.5k 3-cost ignition. When this card attacks, it becomes 5.5. 5.5 is pretty decent, but his downside is that 4.5 means it gets killed by other start cards, so that's why it's not very good. Just random 3-cost 5k ignitions. Some heal triggers. Definitely using the red ones because I want these in my mana. And this card is actually very useful. I have no idea what this card's called, but it's one for 1 red. You get to add 3.5k to attacking ZX. Now, why is this important? Because if they manage to like minus power your Tyranno or plus power theirs, you can just like counter it. So then you make sure he gets the kill. So it's very good. So this is the red section of the deck. Pretty bland except for the Orihalcon Tyrannos, but let's move on. This 3 of this guy, I have no idea what he's called. I just always called him the commander guy because he looks like a commander. 7 cost 10k, very solid stats. Every time you play a blue event, draw a card. Very, very good. You Crimson Invasion card, draw a card. You remove a card, draw a card. Draw 2 cards with Boy Meets Justice, draw a card. Very good at getting ahead. Sometimes you have trouble actually keeping only 7, so it's kind of a downside, I guess. No. 3 transformer guy. I have no idea. Don't ask. 7 cost 9k. It's pretty bad, but his effect allows you to draw a card every time you kill a ZX. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty simple. 2 5 cost 8k vanillas. Like I said, it's very good to, you know, have these just so you can have them meat shield you for a turn. 4 administrator, I draw a card. Very simple. If there's a battle dress in your charge, and when you play this card, you may draw a card. Very simple. 4 balls. It's what it is. It's a 3 cost 5k ignition. 3 meteor sword Specia. It's very good. If you have the ball on the field and you play her, you get to draw a card. Once again, following the theme of getting ahead, you get to draw lots of cards. 4 laser scythe Avilar. It's basically bait for them to kill, so your administrators are live. So not much else it does. When this card attacks, at the start of the attack step, if they have 5,000 or less power, you may bounce it back to the hand. 3 symbols, dude. He's just the symbols, dude. He is very good, actually. If he's in your charge, you can pay 2 blue, draw 2 cards, and shuffle 1 back. So it's very, very powerful. You get ahead really well with this card. 3 Boy Meets Justice, draw 2 cards. Very simple. 3 Shutdown. This card is pretty neat in the sense that when your opponent declares their attack, if you bounce your card back, their attack is happened, but you don't get hurt at all. So your card's alive, and they just whiff their attack. It negates an attack, kinda, and it saves your card. So it's pretty good. And 1 scientific experiment, draw 2 cards, return 2 cards. It's a -1, but it really helps you with the tempo. So my phone's going to be out of batteries very soon, so I'm going to cut this short, and this is my blue-red deck that's really, really good, my blue-red late game deck. So see you guys later, and hope you guys enjoy that.